What's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Q Walker, aka Nephew Q, host of Beyond the Game. And on today's episode of Conversations with Q, we sit there with none other than Lexington, Kentucky basketball legend Shelvin Mack as he talks to us about what it was like playing in back-to-back national championship games for the Butler Bulldogs, getting drafted into the NBA, and what it was like playing in Kobe Bryant's last official NBA game when he scored 60 points. So sit back, relax, turn your AirPods up, and listen to another episode of Conversations with Q with special guest Shelvin Mack. Welcome back to another show of Beyond the Game. And on this episode of Conversations with Q, we got a special guest, a local hero, a local legend. He came from my alma mater, Bryant Station. He graduated from Bryant Station. He went to Butler College. He was a Butler Bulldog. He went there from 2008 to 2011, helped leading them to back-to-back NCAA championship games. He was the 34th pick in NBA draft to the Washington Wizards. He's played for them, the Hawks, the Jazz, the Orlando Magic, Memphis Grizzlies, Charlotte Hornets, and most recently, I hope I don't mess this name up, but I already know I'm going to, Panathinaikos BC of the EuroLeague. I am talking about none other than Shelvin Bartholomew Mack. I don't know if that's his middle name, but I'm going to call him that today. Shell, what's going on with you, big dog?
What's going on, man? Middle name Bernard. Let's get
Bernard,
that
okay.
right, Bernard.
I was close enough. I had to be right.
And then it's Patanakos.
Papanakos. There we go, man. My Greek ain't the best, so I try to go with it, man. But we got the NBA Finals going on right now. It's tied up one game apiece. And what you being the NBA aficionado, you on CBS doing the whole analyst for college basketball. I want to get your thoughts on this NBA Finals. First and foremost, what do the Celtics have to do in order for them to win this finals? And then after you answer that, tell me on the reverse side, what do the Warriors have to do in order for them to win this finals?
So the Celtics, first thing, they can't be up and down. They got to be kind of more consistent. Having 120 points in 4 quarters. The first game 1, and then second game you only got 64 in 3 quarters. So I think they got to find out to be consistent. Al had 26 and come back with a donut, I believe. The next game, that can't work. Tatum not playing well the first game, then playing well the second game. They kind of got to get all of that together. And, their defense is tops in the league, so they do a great job of defending, but just making sure they take care of the ball and, getting great shots. And the other thing they kind of need to work on is the switches. They messed up a lot of switches, giving, Steph Curry this wide open shots. You can't do that. You got to know your personnel. In order for them to win, they need to make Draymond Green take about 10 to 12 shots. They did a great job defending everybody else. And then the Warriors, they just got to, get the ball up and down the court, try to get in transition. Playing against Celtics, one of the best defensive teams in the league. Just you gotta get the pace moving. Don't let them set up, lock into you, and try to get out to a fast start. What you see out there?
Man, what I've seen so far is what you said. Basically, the Boston Celtics have been inconsistent throughout the whole NBA Finals. Like you said, Jason Tatum will give you 56 one game, and then he'll turn around and give you 10. Jaylen Brown will give you 41 game, and then the next game he'll give you 15. They got to get more consistent. What I think messed them up in game 2. What I think messed them up in game 2 is that when they came out for their typical third quarter blitz, like the Warriors usually do, they did a lot of pick and rolls, and like you said, the Celtics didn't know how to switch properly. You had Daniel Theis, whatever his name is. He was dropping on Steph Curry. You can't do that to that, man. You got to play up in it. And if he hits it over you, he hits it over you. It is what it is. But you can't drop and then let Steph Curry have wide open looks. So I'm pretty sure Ime Udoka adjusted in game 3. But Shell, we know the Steph Currys, the Clays, the Jaylens, the Jason Tatums, but who are some of the other X factors for both teams that need to step up in order for help their teams win?
So with the Celtics, I'm going to go Robert Williams. If he stay healthy, he can impact the game so much. With him being able to step up on the pick and rolls when Steph Curry's coming across half court. He has the athleticism, can slide his feet, second team. defense All NBA. You kind of expect that from him. If he's like the factor that they need him to be healthy and being able to play and lock in. And then with the Warriors, I say Jordan Poole. No, Wiggins. It could be Wiggins or Jordan Poole. No, Poole. No, sometimes shoot some questionable shots for it to be an NBA final. Yeah. So I think he got to kind of figure that part out. And if he's under control, can take care of the ball, and get a great shot, he's able to be effective. As you can see, he wasn't in second half of the last game. The first half, he was going in there. They was blocking it. He was getting offensive fouls, all kinds of stuff. So Coach Curry did a great job of still believing in him, didn't shut him down. He was able to make some big plays in the second half. And then Wiggins, also, if he's able to, get a few backdoor cuts and just knock down some wide open threes, just playing with Clay and Steph Curry. Clay was struggling, but eventually it's going to turn around. Like, I'm not too worried about that. Shooter's going to shoot.
What about Gary Payton II being inserted into Game 2? You think that's going to help out the Warriors moving forward?
I think so a little bit. I love my man Andre Iguodala. He ain't played at all. They threw him out there in Game 1. He had sore knees. He out. So have a fresh young body in there at Gary Payton. Definitely changed the situation a lot.
So, man, the question that everybody's going to want to know, who you got, since it's already tied 1-1, who you got coming out victorious and holding up that Larry O'Brien trophy?
I got the Warriors. In 6. I think it's 125-0. NBA Finals gameplay. I think that plays a big factor in a lot of situations and things that people haven't been in before. Understand like the travel, going back and forth across the country. You got an off day between games. The media is different. Ain't too much practicing, and being able to lock in. Take it from the film room into the game. It's not practice. Now you're gonna have to take what we talked about in yesterday and translate it to the game tomorrow night. And they're gonna get on the court and do a whole bunch of other stuff. We like 100 games in, and I think that experience can click in and playing together, basically the same team for the past 7 years.
All right, so since we got the Golden State Warriors, I got the Warriors in 5. I still they're gonna take it in 5, but that's just because Game 1. I'm not gonna say it was a fluke, but I don't expect Derek White, Al Horford, and not Jeremy Grant, but Grant Williams to give you 47 points. So I kind of feel like that was an anomaly. I don't think that'll happen again. So I still got the Warriors at 5, but you got the Warriors at 6. Give me the Finals MVP and give me their stat line of what they're gonna have to average in order for them to get that Finals MVP.
Finals MVP is going to Steph, man. He deserved it. I don't know what he's averaging now. But the averages can kind of be misleading a little bit. What he had 29 the other day and then played like the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he could threw some more sauce on that, got that thing up a little bit. But I think he's gonna be the MVP. They're looking for him to make some plays down the stretch. But overall, man, it's a great series. I just wish the Celtics could get more consistent. Even last series, watching them, they'll beat Miami by 20, lose by 20, beat them by 20, lose by 20. So I expect them to at least get one game at home over these next 2.
So real quick, 2 quick questions. One, I'm surprised you going with Golden State because your man Brad Stevens is up there in Boston. What's going on with that, Shell?
Hey, man, I'm actually going to Game 4 with him, man. I'm sitting next to Coach Stevens, got me tickets. I told his wife the other day, I said, I think y'all going to be here, but we here now. So. It is kind of how it goes.
Your dude is getting your tickets and you still going again. So, but my other question is, how would Shelvin guard Steph Curry?
I would try to pick him up and make sure my big is up. I think a lot of guards do a great job of guarding. It's just him coming off all the screens, and like an average basketball fan, like, oh, he's cooking Shelvin. He's cooking. Like, no. It's Tice is sitting in the paint and it's 2-on-1. Draymond said fullback screen. You see the clip when he cleaned up 3 people going to the basket.
Yeah,
like that ain't the dude guarding him. You need some help from your big, like help that helper. So I'll just consistently just talk to my big to make sure he's up on every single screen. And if he goes by you and do one of them trick shots he make at the basket, like it's okay. Let's just make him do it 10 more times. Most of the time he's gonna be tired going to the basket. So I would definitely be yelling at my big a lot.
So kids who are watching, Shelvin just gave y'all a gem without realizing he gave y'all a gem of how important it is to talk on defense. Open your mouth, guards. And the big man, you also got to talk to your guard. Let him know where the screen's coming from. It's elementary.
Sure.
It's elementary, man. But Shelvin, you started at Bryan Station. Now, before you chose the Butler Bulldogs, were there any other schools who were recruiting you, and did you come close to signing with any other school? Was there another school that could almost head you?
Yeah, I was thinking about going to Xavier. When I was getting ready to go there, somebody else committed right before. So that was one of my schools. UK offered me. I didn't want to go there. I kind of understand the situation, what was about to happen. Billy Gillespie was the coach. I understand, like, UK, it's straight 5 stars, and they didn't look at me as a 5-star. I was there for 3 years, and they waited to my last year recruiting, so I understand how they was looking at me. Then also, Tennessee was another school I was looking at. But I went to go somewhere where I could play right away. It just worked out going to Butler. They graduated 2 seniors. I know no one knew what Butler was. Like, Butler, garbage, this and that, playing in Horizon League. But I was able just to grind, and make things happen.
So outside of you wanting to play immediately, what was the other factors? Because like you said, most people was like, hold on, you chose Butler over UK, Tennessee, and Xavier. Why Butler? So what was like the deciding factor outside of you playing immediately that made you be like, okay, yeah, this is where I'm going to play ball at?
Yeah, so the other thing would be like education, and I wanted to get away from home. I always been at home. My mom wanted different scenery, so it was far enough. Like my mom can come see me at any time, being 3 hours away, and also I can get home in 3 hours in case anything go wrong. But I was like, man, I went to campus, and like UK, like there's no way I'm gonna be able to learn or get anything done with 300 other people in this class. It's just not gonna happen. So Butler having 20 kids in a classroom, it's something that like touched me. It's like, all right, I can get the work done. I can get the one-on-one attention I need to be able to accomplish the things I need to get done.
Yeah, it was more like a smaller atmosphere. You feel like you get more one-on-one attention from the professors if need be, versus a larger university. It's like you just a student at that point. But while your first practice as a Butler Bulldog, explain to me the difference in that practice and how it was coming from a high school practice. Did you like throw up your first day in conditioning? Like, what was that like?
So Butler is like real different than any other school. It wasn't that hard. I think that's why Coach Stevens was able to adapt so well going to the NBA. We really kind of like had NBA practice. They kind of expected you to be in shape and do all this stuff yourself. So, a lot of schools, they run you to death and all of that. Like, we didn't do that. Like, the first day, I was like, this is it? Like, in my head, I was thinking he's going to do all that crazy stuff, running 20 suicides. Like, nah, we're going to get 40 minutes of work in, and y'all get out and go enjoy y'all's day. So, That was real shocking to me. All the stories you see, got to run 5 miles in 30 minutes. Like, it was none of that. So, it was real different.
Damn. So we playing at Butler. We're going to get to the national championship game. But before that, national championship games aside, what was the game when you played when you was like, oh, yeah, I can do this college thing? Because, they say sometimes it takes, college guys a little while to adapt to the pace and the style and the physicality of college. So where was it when you was like, okay, yeah, I can do this?
I would say, so it clicked twice. One of the times were after my freshman year going to the USA team. When me and Gordon went there, freshman year is like a blur. We were good, but we didn't know how good we were. This is a Horizon League. Then we won like 23, 25 games in a row. It's something special, but you really can't tell when you're not playing high caliber teams. Like playing against Youngstown State, Cleveland State. Like, I don't know if we good or we not. But then after my freshman year going to USA team, playing against the other guys who are older than us, playing against the U19 team, playing against Evan Turner, Ty Lawson, all of those guys, and like I'm able to hold my own. Like, I got it. Like, I just got to keep working on it, and I got a chance. So that's when it like clicked for me.
So it was when you went to the Team USA camp and you was playing against guys from bigger universities like the Ty Lawsons and carrying on, and like you said, you held your own. So you was like, hold on, man, I'm nice with this. I forget who I was. I'm nice.
Yeah, no, you definitely forget who you were, who you are going through that process. But going to those camps, Butler's not on TV, so go back. I see Kemba on TV the whole time. Like, damn, I want to know what that looked like. Then you go out there and compete against him. He's like, He got to mess with me too a little bit. I got a little something for him. So it give you that confidence. I think this will help us out a lot. Going back to my second year, and we was able to get to the Final Four.
So it's just me and you talking right here. Shell. Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody watching. It's just me and you. In that Team USA camp, whose ass did you bust? You can tell us.
So I got another story with the Team USA. So we did the USA, went to U19, and then the following year, me, Nolan, Kimba, we went back. They was playing for the World Championship. So throughout the camp, like they was busting our butt. We couldn't dribble the ball up the court. Like Derrick Rose, Westbrook, that's when they were young, picking us up full court. So we had a thing. Whoever got the ball, hold it, and wherever Steph Curry was, make him come guard. So everybody was just going to Steph Curry the whole time. And back then, people was busting his ass because that was the easiest thing we could do. Like, with busting his ass might have been making like 2 out of 5, but everybody else, it was ugly out that thing. Like, it made us like, man, we don't even want to play basketball no more.
So hold on. So back at the U19, Steph Curry at that time was the one who was getting picked on by all of the opposing guards.
Yeah. Nah, definitely for sure. Like, because you had Westbrook, who was like a defensive specialist at that time. He didn't kind of involve into his offensive game. He was just playing hard, picking you up. And D Rose, the same thing. And that's when they had like Rudy Gay, Andre Iguodala, like Tyson Chandler. Like, you couldn't do nothing. It's like you didn't know who to bring into a ball screen. Usually you try to get the weakest defender to come do it. So it's like whoever step guard, bring the ball up the court. Everybody else just move.
Damn, that's crazy. So going into your sophomore year, your sophomore junior year, give me your career games, the games that you just felt like, oh, somebody's in trouble today.
That's tough. I got to look at the stats, and then I can kind of tell. I can see. I know my junior year playing against Florida and Kansas State. My sophomore year, Kansas State going to the Final Four. I knew Kansas State was in trouble because I played bad the game before against Syracuse. I think I was like 5 for 20. Like I said, shooter's gonna shoot what Clay's gonna do. Like eventually, he's gonna turn around. And I'm due for a good game. So the game came. I was able to make some big plays, but that was a special game for me. And then the first round of that tournament, I think we played UTEP, and I think I set the NCAA record, making like 7 threes in a game. So that was dope.
Man, humble brag. Pat yourself on the back for that, bro.
Yeah. I got some stats, man. But we ain't talking about it, man.
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about that today. We doing all the bragging today. And if you ain't going to do it, I'm going to do it for you. But anyway, so, talk to me about the first run that you guys had going to the NCAA championship game. And then we'll talk about the other run. But explain to me that process and everything that's going through the Butler Bulldogs during that first NCAA tournament run.
Yeah, we had a lot of confidence going into the tournament. The year before we lost to LSU with Marcus Thornton. Thought we could have played better. We didn't like how the season ended. But throughout the whole year, we was just working, trying to get better, and understand when the tournament comes, like let's make a run for it. So just messed up against UTEP. First game, like I said, I played really well. Hit about 6 to 7 threes. Beat them. Next game, played against Murray State. Isaiah Cannon was playing phenomenal. Made a great defensive possession at the end of the game. Got a deflection. Won that game. Then went to Syracuse. That's when they was rolling. They had Chris Joseph. Everybody, they just thought they was gonna beat a team. And I think they was the number 1 seed in the tournament. They played the 2-3 zone. I was out there struggling a lot, not making any shots, but somehow I was able to squeak that out. Then had Kansas State next with Jacob Puller. Frank Martin was there. They up and down tempo. I think we got kind of lucky a little bit because they played Xavier and they went to like 3 overtimes the game before. I think they had some tired legs. We had a great game plan coming in. Got that win. Then was able to go back to Indianapolis, back home. Go downtown for the Final Four. I had a lot of family and friends come up from Lexington, 3 hours away. Played Michigan State. Great game. We having fun doing all this. Then got Duke on Monday. And right before the national championship game, Coach Stevens is like, hey, y'all got class on Monday. I need to go to class. I'm like, come on, man. What are we talking about right now? Yeah.
What?
So that's what happened with that. So I think that's why we lost. He made us go to school.
We putting that on Brad Stevens, making y'all go to class that day, man. No, but everybody would have understood on campus if y'all ain't go to class that day, man. Everybody would have understood.
Yeah, the teachers didn't want to go to class. They're like, y'all showing up. I mean, we gotta show up.
Man, listen,
So
man, we putting that on Brad Stevens. So at what point, okay, when y'all got to the Elite Eight and y'all was in that matchup, did it hit y'all like, damn, we got a chance to go to the Final Four, or were y'all not even thinking about that at the time? Y'all was just focused on that game.
we wasn't even thinking about it. We just focused on the game. A lot of times I look back on my career, and you never know how big things are until you look back on it. Like at that point, we're just trying to win the next ball game and just keep it moving. Even to this day, looking back on the two national championships, you realize how special it is because it's so hard for everybody else to do it. But when you're going through it, it's just another day. Just keep grinding, keep chucking at that wood.
So y'all make it to the Final Four. After that Final Four game, did it sink in then? Like, damn, we great play for the national championship. Like it's just for real.
It didn't sink in. I'm telling you, it didn't sink into me until about 2 years ago. After all of this stuff didn't happen, you're just going through it so much, and there's so much changing. Like right after the national championship game, you got the NBA. Gordon about to leave. I'm trying to go to Skills Academy. I'm doing USA, so you never get to just sit there and enjoy it for a little bit. But no, I enjoyed myself for sure, but I didn't get to sit there and that was dope. I haven't experienced that part yet.
So you was just so now we get to the national championship game. Explain to me the thought process of Shelvin Mack going into the national championship game as a sophomore at this time.
Like everybody else, I'm trying to get busy so I can get drafted. That's how everybody be thinking. But no, just go out there, do the things you do, give yourself an opportunity to win. But playing against Duke and Indy was unbelievable. It just didn't work out. We had plenty of opportunities. I probably only watched the game once or twice. It comes on here and now, but it is what it is. Sometimes it don't fall that way.
Is it hard for you to go back and watch that game? Is that game harder to watch for you than the second time?
Not really. I've been focused on doing so much more. I haven't had the chance to dissect all of that stuff. Miss some shots here and there. I know how basketball goes. It's some things work out, some things don't. It's a make or miss league. Basketball's make or miss. Make two more shots is a different ball game. So you never try to pinpoint stuff that could happen because you always going to react differently.
Now your man's Gordon. He went pro after that run, right?
Yes, he did. So we was all excited. If he didn't go, I was going to force him to go. As a kid, you going through all that stuff. Everybody get on NBA Draft Net. You looking at all that, and he popped up at top 10. I was like, man, you better not come back to school with us. It's what you work so hard for. You go to school to get a job. You got an opportunity right now. You gotta go for it. You work. We done played against the best players in the summer. You ready? So go for it. It was pretty dope, and that's why I said we wasn't able to process the national championship because everyone's goal is to be in the NBA. So that was we thinking about the.
So. Was Gordon actually considering coming back?
Yes, he's real big in academics. Him and his family real big on getting the degree. I think he's still finishing up, trying to get that done now. But you got to come in and talk some sense into him a little bit.
So here we go, going into the junior season. Gordon's no longer here. Shelvin's one of the team leaders. What was the thought process going into that junior season? Did you guys think that you could potentially make another deep run, or was just, all right, let's just see how the season goes?
We thought we could. Earlier in the season, we was kind of struggling. We pretty much didn't play well. Everyone knew who we were, was looking for us, gunning for us, and everybody's big game every single night. So it took us a while to adjust to it. But we understand our core values and who we are as a team. So, just taking it one game at a time. We lost a lot of games. I think we came into the tournament a 9th or 8th seed. 500 win the conference tournament, but got hot at the right time. And a lot of people don't remember a lot of plays happened for us that got us to the national championship again. First round, ODU won on a buzzer beater, a last second tip in. Then a game against Pittsburgh when I had the crazy foul at half court. Then they fouled, so we won on some free throws at the end. It's just a lot of things got to go your way to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament.
All right, so y'all get back to the Final Four. Now is the mindset like, oh shit, we got here twice. We got to win it this year.
That was definitely the mindset. And we had VCU. We good with VCU. They kind of match up similar to like same size. Butler, you always undersized. Compared to other schools, that's the biggest difference between a mid-major and high major is the big man. They just have bigger big man. Like the guards are kind of similar. It's a lot more big. So we had VCU, got them out the way, and then we played UConn. UConn was just hot at the time, but we know our defense is pretty good. UConn is able to make it there after Kimba went on that tear in the Garden, winning 5 games in 6 days. And we just thought it was going for us. Then we got out there and we started shooting. Wasn't not going in. It was brick. It's like, it just is what it is, man.
So when that was happening, was it just like, man, it just ain't our night tonight, bro. It just ain't going to happen for us.
That's what it was looking like. And the same thing for them. I think it was like the lowest scoring championship game ever. It's just whoever hit the last shot going to win this game. And that's kind of how it played out.
So, man, we go down in Butler history. Y'all Butler legends because, y'all went to back-to-back NCAA title games. So, after your junior season, are you contemplating coming back, or is your foot like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot thinking about going to the league?
It was like I had a toe in the door and I was out. I was getting ready to go to the league. Like I had, it was nothing else I can accomplish like basketball-wise in college, and I had an opportunity to get a job. You go to school to get a job, and my job was going to be playing basketball. So that's kind of how I was looking at it. I understand where I was going to go, and the only thing that kept my toe being in the door is that same year the NBA was going into a lockout. So I didn't know how long that could last. I could be finishing my degree. I need a place to stay. I didn't have any money, being a college student. Wasn't no NIL deals. I could save some stuff up back then. So that stuff kind of played into it, but I always knew I wanted to kind of go to the league, and that was my best opportunity.
All right, so now you've made the decision. Shelvin Mack entering his name into the 2011 NBA draft. Talk me through that draft process. Like, how many teams did you work out for? Did you hear any stories? Like, because some players will say, "Oh, well, I got drafted by this team, but they told me if I was going to be available, this team was going to draft me." So walk me through that whole NBA draft process.
So I worked out for about 20 teams. Like no one can kind of figure me out. It's like he's at Butler, he's a small guard. Then I'm kind of say I got broad shoulders, kind of heavy built or whatever. Like no one can kind of figure me out. And majority of the time in college, I played the 2. I didn't play the 1. And it's not too many, 6'2", 6'3" shooting guards in the league. So worked out for 20 teams. I did pretty well. So I can go anywhere from 24 to about 40. 24 was OKC. I think they drafted Reggie Jackson. 28th was the Spurs. That was one of my other teams. They took Corey Joseph. And then the Wizards needed a point guard to back up John Wall. And they drafted John the year before. So like I fit right in there. I kind of knew where I was going to be at. Excuse me. There's just certain things that's played out that I ended up going to the Wizards, but I didn't get any promises. Like what some people tell you, like it wasn't none of that. It was just slow grind. Everything I've been through my life, just grind it out, and wish for the best, and hopefully some things will work out.
So majority of people really don't understand what an NBA, because you said you worked out for 20 teams. Explain to me what a workout is, because a lot of people don't really understand. I know what goes on through a workout process. So explain to the people, when a team brings you in, what's a workout? So
when team bring you in, you got to fly. So I flew to 20 different cities. Being on the road is kind of difficult. You're not sleeping in your same bed. Also, people don't realize you're not on an NBA team yet, so you don't have that same medical attention and staff that can take care of your body. Like, so you gotta take care of you gotta have to take care of your body. Make sure you go to massage NVs and do all that stuff. But you show up to the gym, usually get breakfast, and they do a medical exam on your body. Make sure your ankles, all of that stuff is working properly and is on its path to be pretty good. They invest in millions of dollars in you. They want to know every single thing that's wrong with your body. So you have that. You also do if you have a previous ankle, knee injury, you do a few MRIs, and it's usually you and 5 other guys. So it's usually 6 people in the workout. You just get out there, you play 3-on-3 for a little bit, compete, and you do a whole bunch of like shooting drills. And you have the interview process. They want to get to know you, see how your mind, how you think, and how you be able to fit into the overall system and the organization.
So you said 1-on-1, so I got to know. Who was you giving the business to in these 1-on-1 workouts?
So I was all over the board. I say everybody I played against, I kind of held my own. But me and Norris Cole were part did about 4 or 5 workouts together. And he went to Cleveland State while I was at Bowling Horizon League, so we played each other all the time. But me and him had so many battles going throughout that process. He is similar too, in the same situation to me. Being in Horizon League, they know how good he is, if he could play at the level. And he ended up going to Miami and throughout that. But we had furious workouts. So held my own against them. I think also my class 2011, I think it's one of the best draft classes ever. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think we up there.
Speak on it, bro. Yeah, it was one of the best draft classes. Speak on it. Speaking of 1-on-1 matchups, it's just popped in my head and it's off subject, but I gotta know this. I gotta know the answer to this. Gordon Hayward and you probably had some 1-on-1 battles at Butler. Who won majority of those 1-on-1 matchups between you and Gordon Hayward?
I would say probably gotta be 60-40 me.
Okay, we'll roll with that. 60-40 you. All right, giving Gordon Hayward buckets.
Yeah, because a lot of times it wasn't post-up games or whatever. It wasn't. It was kind of centered around for me to win. We wasn't playing from the block. We're gonna play from this spot and this spot only. And if I win, we're not playing again. And if I lose, we're gonna play a few more times. I think that's kind of how. That's why I got the upper hand on the 60-40.
Of course, if I take his L, run it back.
Yeah,
I got my
done.
If
I win,
I gotta go get something to eat. I'll be back.
Yeah, I got study. I got class. I'll be back.
Fact. So now we come up to draft night. Did you kind of have an idea, like you said, OKC, Spurs, and the Wizards? Did you kind of have an idea of exactly where you was going to go, or were you surprised that when the Wizards picked you, you was like, dang, I was kind of hoping, but I didn't really expect that?
A little bit of both. I really thought I was going to San Antonio. That's what I thought. I did 2 workouts for them. I went down there multiple times. It's a big decision. That was good at the time. I want to say the next year they won the championship when they beat Miami. So I was kind of looking forward to going there, but that didn't happen. But after that first round go, get a little nervous, especially when the teams you worked out 2 or 3 times for, they didn't pick you. It's like, all right, on to the next one then. You just gotta sit there and be patient. It's something like I've been through before. So I was mentally prepared and ready for it. A lot of people kind of get upset when they don't go in the first round, but I was just trying to get the best situation for me to play right away.
What was you doing draft night? Was you kicking it with your peoples, or you was out, just celebrating the night, not really paying too much attention to it, trying to keep your mind off of it?
I was in Lexington, Kentucky, at Malone's out Taste Creek. We rented up the upstairs room. I was sitting there with some of my closest family and friends. My wife just sitting there watching the game. I think after I got drafted, we went down to Drake's to have a few drinks, and then I went to the hotel. I had to fly out the next morning real early to go see the team, get to know them real quick, because the lockout was like 3 days later. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that had to happen within those 2 or 3 days. So that's kind of how my night went. I wasn't in New York getting filmed on TV, not going in the first round, looking in the stands, looking silly. I kind of knew where I was at. I didn't want to go through that, so I went on home. Went on back to the crib in Lexington.
Did you have an invite to go and sit up there, or did you just say, I'd rather just be at home with my peoples?
Pretty much everybody kind of get an invite. Everybody don't get the table. I didn't have an invite to sit at the green table. I was going to be in the stands, you know what I mean? So I was like, I might as well just sit at home, be with my family, people who supported me the most, that been through it, and enjoy this moment together.
Man, so now you a Washington Wizard. You get that phone call telling you they're gonna draft you. You, like you said, the lockout was 3 days later. When you finally do get into training camp, what's your thought process? What's going through your head? First training camp.
I was like, man, this shit real. It's like, you got the media. everybody there, and then we had a real short training camp. It might have been 3 days because we had to get the games rolling. That was the year we played back to back to back. So I remember we played Philly twice in preseason. It was with Lou, Elton Brand, Drew Holiday, Evan Turner. That's when it was really good at that time. And they was just smacking us. They smacked us every time we played, and I was seeing like how good they were, the attention to detail, and them following the game plan. It's like that's what I want to be. I got to keep working at it and get to that point. But showing up at training camp, my locker right next to Rashad Lewis, watching them play the Lakers in the finals, it was very different. And like something you always dream for and wish on. Like I was basically my real life my player in 2K. So I enjoy that thing.
All right, so we in the league now. Talk to me about the experience of getting in the game, a regular season game for the very first time. Was you nervous? Was you jittery? Was you just like starstruck? Like what was that feeling like?
I was a little nervous, but like all the jitters got out because, like I said, with the USA thing, I pretty much played everybody before. So when playing against D Rose, I remember going against D Rose. The difference was with the USA and playing somebody in the regular season is that the USA, everybody's on one team. It's all USA. But playing against, Chicago when D Rose was there, hey, that's the people's champ right there. That's the MVP. Fast don't lie. So like it's different when you're in a game and he scores and everybody go crazy. Like USA, not too many people going crazy. We all on the same team. But when he scored, your fans going crazy, his fans going crazy. It's just a different atmosphere and a different vibe.
So you like you mentioned, you get in the game. What was the moment outside of Derrick Rose when you was like, hold on, bro, wait a minute, can we slow this shit down a little bit? What's going on out here? Or was you like immediately when you got in there, you picked up the pace and you was good?
Nah, it took me a while to get that pace down. And not being on a good team, it was kind of hard too. We started off 0-18. We was getting, I ain't lose 18 games in one season at all.
Yeesh.
Started off on 18. I'm like, woo. They're like, coach about to get fired. Like, I ain't never had a coach fired in the middle of the season. Like, none of this stuff. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff going into it. Had teammates fighting. It was a wild welcome to the NBA kind of situation for me coming into, especially going to Butler. At Butler, everybody's laid back, team first. That Wizards team was just kind of different.
So y'all had some internal fighting going on within that Wizards team as well?
Yeah. I think it's well documented. This, our starting lineup was John Wall, rookie, Jordan Crawford at the shooting guard, Nick Young at the 3,
Sheesh.
Andre Blatch at the 4, and JaVale McGee at the 5.
Oh my gosh.
Then
I see why. I get the 18 start now. Okay.
Yeah, it's the young JaVale too. It ain't this JaVale you see now with the Suns and with the Warriors. This is JaVale, getting a rebound, going full court, jumping from the free throw line down by 30, like that.
So when you see stuff like this going on, you probably on the bench say, man, what the hell is going? This is not how I thought this shit was gonna play out like this.
Nah, for real. But I had some great vets. Mo Evans, Rashad Lewis, and Roger Mason. They always put me like, "Hey, man, this ain't the NBA. Don't this ain't it." You know what I mean? It's just how the team fell into place that year.
So they didn't want you to get the wrong perception of what the NBA life was like. So they was trying to tell you, nah, look, you one of the good ones. What you see out here on the floor, this ain't really the NBA life. It ain't really.
Yeah. What you see out here on the floor, we see in the locker room, we see at dinner, this ain't it, dog.
Dang, I can tell by the smile on your face talking about these Washington Wizards time. You got so many stories you could tell, but you can't tell them on camera. I can just tell by the smile you got. When
I come to Lexington next time, we can chop it up or whatever, man. It's some crazy stuff.
Some of these stories, man. Cause a young JaVale, a young Nick Young, and a John Wall all on the same squad. I can only imagine what was going on in that locker room.
Yeah. And John was the good one at that time. He's still a good one. That's my dude. But like, it was toxic. Put it that way.
Man, toxic relationships. So getting into the league, like I mentioned earlier, you play for a couple of different teams. Who was the best player that you ever went up against head to head in the NBA?
Best player that a lot of people don't talk about, or like what?
A guy that nobody talks about a lot that you went up against. He was like, "Hey man, he's solid. He's all right."
Yeah, that's a few. I say Drew Holiday. People don't realize how good Drew Holiday really is. No, last year them winning the championship, he was able to see it. But before then, like people didn't realize like that dude a beast, and it's some problems, and people don't understand. He gonna get a bucket on you, real fundamentally sound, and lock you up. And it's pretty half the time there's nothing you can do.
It sounds like Drew Holiday is the point guard version of Tim Duncan. Is what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It's real fundamental, spin, pivot, core strong, pump fake, J, and then gonna pick you up, ball pressure full court. What's happening?
What's happening? What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? So, what was your career game in the NBA? A game where you was just like, oh yeah, this is it right here.
I say one on was with the Hawks against the Pacers in the playoffs. I think I had like 20, 24 coming off the bench. I got hot. It was my first time playing in the playoffs. It was in Indy. That was real special for me. And then also when I got traded to Utah, we ended up playing the Wizards again. And the same coaching staff and all that. You got some juice build up when they let you go and all that. I think I had my career night against them. I gave him 30. So that felt good.
Yeah, he said it like it was nothing. I gave him 30. Yeah. Tell him quit playing with me. They should have kept me.
Nah, for real. John, my homeboy, I had to talk to him a little bit.
Okay. Now, that's another question a lot of people want to know. Is it really that much shit talking going on the court?
A little bit. It just depends. A lot of times, it ain't. Some people just be talking. They talk.
Yeah.
But you gotta be real careful of who you talking to or whatever. A lot of times, some people will pull out the money card on you a lot. So you gotta be chill a little bit. I just seen that happen a few times. It ain't a good sight.
Who's some of the guys that you just leave him alone? Like, bro, just let him. Don't say nothing to him. Just let him do his thing, bro. Who are some of those guys you know not to say nothing to?
So I was like, especially me coming off the bench, being a role player, is like some stuff I can't get away with. Like I'm not gonna talk too much trash to I say Damian Lillard playing against them. It's like if I start talking trash to him, he can get hot, but he also can shoot it 10 times in a row. So he can keep shooting till he make it. I only might got one. This is gonna just look bad no matter which way it goes. Like, so you gotta be careful of those kind of situations.
Did you ever say something one time and it was like, damn, I should have did that, and a player got off?
Nah. So most of the time when I started talking, it's after I kind of knew my minutes. So I come in 3 minutes in the first quarter, come out about 7 minutes in the second, 7 minutes in the second. And then the same thing, third quarter, 3 minutes. And then like 8, depending on how I'm playing, between 7 and 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Then when I'm on the sideline, that's when I get the talking right there. When I know I ain't pulling back in, like that's a good night, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I start turning up.
Shell been playing all these years and now you say nothing to nobody. I know you had to say something to somebody at some point.
Oh yeah. Now you say stuff, somebody might shoot in the corner. And you're like, oh, he with us. Like he on our squad when we smacked the backboard or something. Like little stuff like that.
So you talked about your playoff performance. Obviously, that was probably your most memorable playoff performance. But explain to people the different atmosphere in a regular season game versus a playoff game, because you hear NBA players talk about how the playoffs are just so different. So explain to me the difference between a regular season game and a playoff game.
The best way I could put it for people to kind of understand is, say we playing Connect Four. Like if I just meet you at the airport and we play Connect Four one time, like I might win. That's the regular season. But then if we play Connect Four and I got a 4-hour layover, I understand your moves. I understand where you want to go first. If I go here, this and that, and this makes it a lot more difficult. And in the NBA, it's the same way. It's like you might see a guy twice a year, but then in the playoffs, I might see you 7 times in a week. I know every single thing you're going to do. I got all the film. I've been studying. I'm looking forward to it. And it's just completely different. In the season, I might play Philly and then the Lakers. I might play Phoenix, then the Lakers. and play Phoenix first and the Lakers tomorrow. Like, I'm only have 2 hours to prepare to look at the scouting report and see your tendencies. For the playoffs, I got 4 days, or I have a certain amount of time before we get ready to play. And I know everything you're gonna do. Like, so, say Wednesday, it'd be the 10th. Nah, Wednesday would be like the 8th day in the Golden State series, right? So they only played 2 games, so I got 8 days to look at everything what Steph Curry does or what Jordan Poole does, and it's easy for me to lock in
because you only got to focus on one specific opponent for X amount of days. Shell, you've played up against some greats. I mean, some all-time greats, some legends. You played against LeBron, maybe not match up, but you played against LeBron, KD. You played in Kobe's actual last game. Explain to the people what it's like when you're playing against these legends on the court that makes them head and shoulders above everybody else and makes them legends.
Yeah, I think their mental capacity was really separates them from certain players becoming like megastars and superstars. I don't think people understand how much hate these guys deal with just traveling in day-to-day basis, and how much love they give, and how much positive energy they give people. Like, I tell people all the time, like, LeBron can go to any team, like the ball boy gonna feel good, the scores keeper gonna feel good. It's how that aura around them that this pumps everybody up. And it takes a special individual to do that. And his mindset, knowing that, like giving a little kid a high five, change his life, change his day. With that, but being able to lock in, taking care of their body, like LeBron, going on 19 years, spending $1 million on his body every single year, doing the small things that people don't like to do. A lot of people don't like getting in the cold tub. They consistently do it every single day. And that's what separates them from somebody else.
So, you ever got switched? I know you in the Kobe game, Kobe gave you 50 of his 60, but outside of that, when you got switched onto the KDs and LeBrons, what was your thought process like? How was that like? Walk me through that process of guarding one of these greats.
All right, so first off, we can pull the clips up. I had 0 of that Kobe game. 0.
Okay,
you hear me?
My bad. My researcher got it wrong.
Yeah, he got it wrong. But guarding like KD and Steph, like Kyrie, some of those guys, honestly, to me, are easy to guard. It sounds crazy, whatever. But the reason I said easy to guard, because I watched them so much, this admiring their game. I know all their tendencies. And, sometimes they just taller than me, they're going to make the shots. But I think I could do a great job of contesting. Like, I know what you're going to do right here, because I love watching your game. I didn't work on some of the stuff. So you right here on this left elbow, I know you're going to take 2 dribbles and shoot it. So I know that. I don't have to worry about you hitting me with a bop, a counter move, and spin move, because you're going to get to your spot and shoot. So it's easy for me to contest. But some guys who you just don't be able to watch a lot, like coming into the league early on, you just don't know what they're going to do. Like early on, I used to love Ben Gordon a lot. But early on, he got so many counter moves, I don't know what's coming, and it's very difficult to guard. But if I know you're going to do 2 dribbles and just shoot it in my face, I can guard that pretty well, whether you're going to make it or miss it.
Ben Gordon's another guy. Y'all games was kind of similar, short shooting guards, kind of, stocky guards. Ben Gordon was nice as well. But before I get you out of here, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore, your top 4, and rank them, Shell?
All right, I'm getting my 4, then we can rank them.
All right.
I got LeBron.
Okay.
Kobe, Jordan. That 4th one. Who that 4th one would be? That 4th one, probably gotta go with Shaq.
Okay. Now go ahead and rank them. Let's see who we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to see this.
I got LeBron 1, Jordan 2, Kobe 3, Shaq 4.
Well, when I air this, I feel sorry for your mentions, because they great come out. How the hell you gonna have LeBron number 1 and you played again? Man, but hey, I'm right there with you. No argument from me.
You gotta respect the game, man. We could address this a little bit. It's like people, how can LeBron be number 1? Who your top 4? Give me your top 4.
Oh, off top. Let's see. I'm gonna go with LeBron 1, Jordan 2. I know people are gonna hate when I do this, because the guy that you got in there, I don't have in there. And I know it's gonna have a debate, but that's neither here nor there. But Shaq 3. Who would I have in my 4? Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. I would say Magic. I would put Magic as my 4.
I knew you was getting ready to say that. Come on, man. So you still going off fish pass? That's you basing it off of, man? Come on.
Because, man, look. The Showtime Lakers still needed somebody to run the show for that team. If you put another point guard right there, they are not winning 5 championships in the 80s. Kareem was coming off of being Kareem. And with the type of players that he had on his squad, you had, of course, Byron Scott, you had Michael Cooper, you had James Worthy, and a aging Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Magic Johnson was everything to that team. You take him off of that, they don't win not one championship in the 80s. Not one. Now, I know people going to say, why ain't you got Kobe? And it's really this simple. Kobe got 5 chips. For 3 of those 5, he wasn't the best player on his team. So I can't put you in the top 4 if you wasn't even the best player for majority of your rings. I just can't do that. I just can't do that.
No, he was the best player. He wasn't the most dominant. That's the difference.
There is a difference, but Shaq's 3 Finals MVP says a little bit different though.
Yeah, but you're basing it off 4 games to the 82 games. So tell me what can Shaq do better than Kobe? Can he shoot better than Kobe? Can he shoot threes better than Kobe?
Well, see, they play different positions, so you really can't. You can't make that.
No, you can't.
Now we doing center to shooting guard.
No, can Dirk shoot better than Kobe Bryant? Yes.
Yeah, but he's a shooter. Okay, so then
can Jokic shoot better than Kobe Bryant? I think so. Jokic got that thing. He can shoot that tray ball.
Okay, so you name two. NBA been around for 75 years. You name me 2 centers who could shoot better than Kobe. Those are anomalies.
I think Mo Spates. He was the center. He could shoot better than him.
Ain't nobody still know Mo Spates.
He stretched the floor. What are you talking about?
Ain't nobody still know Mo Spates. Mo Spates ain't even top 20 all-time greatest Golden State Warriors. Ain't nobody talking about no Mo Spates.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, Kobe is more skilled than Shaq. Shaq's more dominant. And you can go, who played better defense?
Shaq.
Oh, I've never seen Shaq lock anybody up. I've never heard it. Have you ever seen a game of somebody talking about Shaq had a lot of blocks?
I give it to you like this there. Hold on. I can't remember which 3-peat it was. I want to say it was the Philadelphia 76ers. He almost had a quadruple double. I think he had like 28 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists, and 8 blocks. So Shaq gets busy.
Yes, he was blocking Dikembe Mutombo. Come on, man. Or 5'10" Allen Iverson. Like what?
Okay, so we gonna give credit to Kobe for guarding a 5'10" Allen Iverson then?
No, we just that's one player. He still had guard T-Mac, Vince Carter, D-Wade. There's a whole bunch of other people he had to do on a nightly basis.
Okay, so we just gonna leave out that Shaq had to go through Akeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Rick Smith. We gonna leave out these guys that Shaq had to go through.
Yeah, for 4 years from '96 to 2000. So they was gone after that.
'96 to 2000. Oh, so
that's what you're doing. No, that's what you're doing. You went from '96 to 2000. The people you named.
Yeah,
played in that time from 2000 when Shaq retired in 2012, 13.
Yeah. So we just gonna excuse 92 to 96. We just gonna leave that out.
He wasn't doing nothing. He was a young pup,
went to the finals. He went to the finals. They wasn't doing nothing.
When? In 95?
95. When the Orlando Magic went to the finals. So he did something.
Yeah. When Jordan retired. Is that what we talking about? I didn't know what we was talking about.
Now you got my blood pressure up because you got me coughing. The year the Orlando Magic went to the NBA Finals, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan was on the Chicago Bulls team that got beat by the Orlando Magic. Yeah, so Jordan was there. Jordan got that part of that L. He got part of that L.
That's not true at all.
Look it up. I got time. Look it up. He was gone for the 94 season, which is when the Rockets beat the Knicks. And then that following year, Jordan came back mid-season. And then, they played them in the playoffs because that's when the Orlando Magic just got Horace Grant. And there was a big old Horace Grant, Chicago Bulls, rivalry, blah, blah, blah. And they hung that L on Jordan and sent him on hold as they went to the NBA Finals.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they gave Jordan that L.
You might got it.
And because that was the playoff series where Nick Anderson came from behind and smacked the ball out of Jordan's hand, and he was talking shit to Jordan.
That's when Jordan had on 45. Man, ain't nobody talking about that Jordan. It ain't the Jordan we know.
It ain't the Jordan we know. Okay, if that's not the Jordan,
I'm messing with you.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, he got my blood pressure going right now, man. We done turned the show into a whole different thing right now. But yeah, so your Mount Rushmore, you got LeBron 1, Jordan 2, Kobe 3, and Shaq 4. So before I get you out on her, you mentioned what I wanted to segue to, which was Kobe Bryant's skill set. What's your take on players? Well, it's been a lot of chatter of people saying today's generation is more skilled than prior generation. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. They should be more skilled. It's like basically what people are saying is like people just got worse after Jordan played basketball. Like come on, does that sound realistic at all? Like, no, like your iPhone generation 10 is better than your iPhone generation 1. It should get better and develop more, and there's nothing wrong with it. They both equally important, but over time you should get better and you want to get better. And I think that the guys that put that time and work in and was able to accomplish that.
So why do you think that people have a hard time of letting go of this 90s and 80s nostalgia? Like that was just the best basketball ever, and that this generation of basketball is just watered down trash.
I think because they just haters. They don't want somebody to be better than them. It's the same thing as like I tell people all the time. Like you have a son and he plays basketball. Like you want him to be better than you. Hopefully he should be better than you. It's not that like he's not going to be. It's just he's able to do more things and work on his craft. But I literally don't understand why people think like basketball players stop being good after Jordan in the 90s played. Or like it doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm right there with you, shit. I've said this numerous times that every sport is allowed to evolve except for basketball. Basketball is the only sport where it's not allowed to evolve. Now, football, players get bigger, stronger, faster. Baseball, players get bigger, swing faster. But in basketball, for some odd reason, it got worse. And I don't understand how people got that logic.
Nah, it's like saying like Tom Brady has gotten better than Troy Aikman. It should happen. It's gonna happen. Like Antetokounmpo is a better defender than Dikembe Mutombo. Like I don't know what you like. He can guard multiple positions. He had to work on it. The game challenged him to get better in different things, and I think that's the difference. The game challenges players now to do multiple things at a higher level than it did back then. So overall, it makes you better.
All right, before I get you out of here, who are the top 5 who are the best in the game right here today? Top 5 in the game.
Top 5.
You ain't got to rank them. Just top 5 players who are the best in the game right now.
I'll go Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Jokic, Luka, and I thought it's Steph.
Oh, you ain't got LeBron top 5?
He is, but he been hurt. Like the past 2 seasons, ain't finished it up. Excuse me, but right situation, I'm gonna take him in front of all of them in the playoffs in the 7-game series. But like this overall for the whole season, I don't have that right now.
Sounds like you got Giannis as the best player in the league right now.
That's definitely what it's looking like, just because he's able to make everyone around him better. That's what LeBron was doing so good for so many years. But this year kind of took it off. Some years you're just not a top 10 player in the league, and then you get your bounce back.
So what's the Lakers gonna do moving forward with Westbrook in that whole situation? What they gonna do with that?
I think they're gonna be straight. I think the biggest problem is making sure AD's healthy. It's hard for someone like Westbrook to sacrifice, and you sacrifice for LeBron and AD to be who they are, but AD might play, then he might not. So then he got to go to his OKC mode, and he got to go back to passing. And it's a difficult transition, especially being at home in front of your family and all that. You want to show out every single night. So I think he's kind of adjusting to that situation.
So They got Darvin Ham. How well do you think he's gonna do with this new Lakers team?
I think he's gonna do extremely well. I played for him. We're kind of close friends. I talk to him frequently. He's a guy that can hold everybody accountable, and he's a guy who's won a championship. He didn't play in the NBA. He understands the grind and sacrifice everyone has to make to get it done. He just won a championship with the Bucks a year ago, so he understands all that part. And you need someone who's been through the trenches and that kind of look like you and understand that. I know y'all making a lot of money, but the money part don't mean anything right now. Y'all want to win, have your legacy, or y'all just want to get the money. I think he can relate that message to them a lot better than other people.
So, since you and Darvin Ham close friends, does that mean Shelvin Mack about to be on the coaching staff this upcoming season?
Not at all. Hey, man, I like where I'm at right now. I'm stress-free, chilling. I don't got time to go out there and go on a 3-game losing streak and be the talk of the town. Everybody mad, don't want to go practice. And I've been there before. I'm enjoying sitting at home with the family, being able to get on a podcast like this, get on the show, talk my smack, and keep it moving.
Is coaching anywhere in your future, or you just don't want to do it at all?
Right now, not at all. Unless I can skip a lot of steps. You got to put that groundwork in. I don't know if I want to do all that. I'm fine. So right now, I help out with individual workouts, mentor a few players here and there. I can do that part, but trying to run a whole team, getting 10 to 15 guys to buy in on one go is it's a task that I don't want to do right now. I'm cool.
So you talked about it, the Kobe Bryant game where he got no buckets on you. That was Kobe Bryant's last game. Explain to me the atmosphere in Staples Center, because you are part of history, a great part of history, and being a part of Kobe Bryant's last game. So talk to me about the atmosphere leading up to the game, while you're in the game, and after the game of Kobe Bryant's official last NBA game.
So overall, it was different. So we was trying to make the playoff that year too. So it was like a real big game. Like if we win, we in the playoffs. But Houston had a lose or win. Like when I was playing against the Kings, and if the Kings won, they lost their pick. So both teams were trying to lose. It was like crazy. So you score watching the whole time throughout the game, and you don't realize he out here dropping buckets like that. It's his last game, but being competitive, you trying to make it to the playoffs, so you looking up and looking down and realize we wasn't making it. But overall, the atmosphere was like unbelievable. I've never been in something where no matter what he did, like everybody just cheered. He'd go between the legs twice. They'd be like, "Ooh!" like he didn't do nothing. Like what y'all oohing about? But pulling up to the arena, got the SWAT team outside. Usually like basketball games, you don't have all that. It was just a big moment for everybody in sports, and it showed you how much the community of LA, love Kobe through the ups and downs and winning and losing, how much he means to them, to those guys.
Man, Shell, I appreciate you taking time out your busy day to kick it with me on Conversations with Q. My last question before I get you out of here: who would you like to see as the next guest on Conversations with Q, and can you make that happen?
The next guest, yeah, I can, man. I would say, we got to keep it in Kentucky. I'm gonna go with my man Darius Miller.
Darius Miller, look that up for me. Make that happen.
I love to hear his take on UK basketball, them blowing it this year, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody said, all y'all in Lexington ain't talk about no UK basketball since the tournament. Ain't none of that. Ain't looking forward to next season or nothing. Everybody just quiet right now.
Hey,
I would love to have him on the show.
I'm a Tar Heel fan, so all of this Kentucky silence is a beautiful thing to me. It's beautiful. They ain't said nothing. Matter of fact, they ain't said nothing for the past 2-3 years, and I love it. But yeah, we'd love to have Darius Miller on the show, hook that connection up, and make that happen. Shell, you got anything going on that you want to let the people know about?
Right now, I'm just enjoying life, taking care of the family. Just want to, hopefully, we can get everything together in Lexington. Stop the violence. Keep everything simple, man. Enjoy each other, and live life.
There it is, Shelvin Mack here on Conversations with Q. We appreciate you kicking it with us. And before we get up out of here, as always, we want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We up at this thing, y'all. Peace.
And you can always check out the Beyond the Game podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms. So wherever you get your podcasts at, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you check us out and subscribe. You can always, and make sure you also like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you can't sit down and watch us on your phone on YouTube, you can download the Beyond the Game app on your Amazon Fire Stick and sit down and watch us in the confines of your very own home. Also, make sure you download the Beyond the Game app on your iPhone or Android and get notifications every time a new show drops. Well, anyways, I've taken up too much of your time already. I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. Watch some of these NBA games. Make sure you do the same. And as always, make sure you treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. This is your boy, Nephew Q, and I'm up out this thing, y'all. Peace.